What's the craziest side hustle you've ever done to make money? Do you have any tips for people that want to become self-employed? How much do you make? What's something that you splurge money on? Do you have any tips for people that want to save more money? What's something that you do every single day that you think every successful person should do?
What do you do? What?
Oh no, we can't
How do you make? What do you do for a living?
YouTube. How much do you think you spend per month on food?
Between 1,500 to 3 at least.
Dang, that's the highest number we've gotten so far.
Well, I have a girlfriend.
Hey everyone, so in today's video, we are asking Equinox members what they do for a living. We'll be asking people what they do, how much they make, what they like spending money on, as well as any advice for anyone that wants to become successful. A membership here costs $200 to $350 per month, and obviously that's pretty expensive, so I'm always curious, what do people do? What type of businesses do they have that allows them to spend this much on a gym membership? I'm super excited to see who we talk to. Let's go. So what's your name, age, and what do you do?
I'm David Packard, I'm 24, and I manage wealth. I trade people's money on the stock market.
Whoa.
Yeah, mostly options.
How'd you get into that?
I got into it about 4 years ago. My brother-in-law brought me into it actually with a firm. I finally just started doing my own thing about 2 years ago.
How much money do you make?
So I make about $400,000 a year.
Wow. And do you have any advice for people that want to get into trading and stuff like that?
Start small, because when I first started, I lost a lot of money. It took me a lot of lessons. I learned the hard way. So learn from somebody who knows what they're doing, and then start real small. Maybe trade in a simulator at first, and then scale up.
What's the most expensive thing that you own?
Probably my house. Yeah, it's I'm just renting my house here actually in California, but I own a house that's worth about $750,000 in Texas.
What's a daily habit you do that you think everyone should do?
I actually come here every day to the gym, whether it's at least just to stretch or to work out, just because I love the atmosphere here. There are a lot of successful people, and also it just kind of prepares my mind for the day. So that's something that I like to do.
Why do you spend so much money on a gym membership?
Just yesterday, I know it was 2 days ago, somebody came up to me to ask me to trade their money. So it's just a very good way to network. Whether you don't have a job, or if you have a job, or you're doing your own thing, it's a good way to network with people, to expand on your business. It's also a phenomenal gym. It's honestly the nicest gym I've ever been to, so it's worth every penny.
What's the craziest side hustle you've ever done to make money?
Solar sales. Solar sales it's a good side hustle, especially here in California. If you're gonna get into any kind of sales job, I would look into closing inbounding calls or closing, warm leads. So it's really just to save people money. That's the only thing that's nice about it, is it's not pulling money out of people's pockets.
How much did you make doing solar sales?
You'll make anywhere between, it's commission based, so you'll make anywhere between $150,000 and $250,000 a year, working about 5 hours a day. So it's pretty hard though. Sometimes people it's more of an art, not a science. So you have to overcome objections, you have to drive a lot, but it's pretty good money if you have time for it.
And how do you invest your money?
I just trade my money. So mostly stock options. That's usually what I do. I do a lot of selling options, and so I sell, they're called put options on blue chip stocks like Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, stuff like that. So I get paid weekly from that, and then just compounds from that point.
What's the most you've ever made in one day?
I got pretty lucky on one trade, I'm not gonna lie, but I made about $45,000. Yeah, but that's not very common. I mostly go for base hits and consistency. Yeah.
What's your favorite book that you've ever read?
It's called The Millionaire Next Door. It's a phenomenal book. It basically talks about the habits of most successful people, how they're not very lavish. They're actually pretty modest for the most part. They don't buy super expensive things. They usually use that money to invest instead of to flash you with it.
What's something you'd tell your younger self?
Be proactively reactive and not reactively proactive. And what I mean by that is, if you are proactively reactive, you're basically preparing yourself for whatever comes your way, and you have a strategy no matter what happens to you. Instead of just having one plan, and if you're just only being proactive and you're just gonna be reactive to whatever happens to you, then your plan's gonna fail and you might fail in life. So if that doesn't work, you need to have a backup plan. You need to be reactive to whatever the world gives you.
What's the biggest failure you've had?
I was over leveraged on this one trade, and I lost about $205,000 in one day. I was trading with borrowed money, and I shouldn't have done it. I didn't know what I was doing at the time, and it took me about 2 years to dig myself out of that hole.
What'd you learn from that?
Warren Buffett always says, if you don't understand leverage, you shouldn't be using it, and if you can use it, you shouldn't be using it anyways because you're smart. So I trade mostly as if it were a cash account, just because if you have a bigger account, the goal is to not lose money, not to just make $1 million every year.
Where can people learn how to invest stocks for free?
You can always Google stuff online. You have to take everything with a grain of salt that you find online though. There are so many different styles, but a couple of different styles out there. Like if you're looking to trade intraday, like in and out in the same day. Jeff Clark Trader, he's a phenomenal one. It's actually only $20 a year, but he teaches you how to trade options. It's more for like busy professionals, kind of like you just want to make more passive income, about 20 bucks a year. I would recommend him.
What's your name, age, and what do you do?
I'm Jason Hardy. I'm 37, and I do a few things: teach and train clients in fitness, DJ, and do video production.
How does it feel to do so many different things?
It's great because I have a lot of creative interests and keeps things fresh.
So what's the best part about being self-employed?
Being able to kind of make my schedule, but also my main goal in life is to just love on people, so I get to kind of choose what I want to do and how I want to do it. So
Why do you pay so much for a gym membership?
I don't. I actually work here.
Okay.
I used to work here a lot. I teach one class now just to keep my membership.
Okay, nice. So all you have to do is teach one class like once a week, and then you get the free membership?
Yeah, I still like to come here. It's a great place to work out. I mean, obviously the views and everything, but
What is your biggest expense right now?
I mean, probably just rent.
How much are you paying for rent?
$2,400.
What's something that you splurge money on?
I love food.
So how much would you say you spend per month on food?
Depends on the month. I have worked with a meal prep company, so some months I spend almost nothing. It just depends.
Do you have any advice for someone that wants to become self-employed?
Yeah, I mean, I think you gotta look at yourself as a business honestly and say, what are my skills? What am I good at? And can I make enough money doing that to make it worth the risk? Because obviously there's a risk and reward. And is it gonna be worth all the battles and fighting and the times that you're gonna not make as much and have less security?
Did you go to college?
Yep.
What'd you study?
Business.
Was it worth it?
Yeah, I think so. Friends, experiences. I mean, education's great, but just the experiences alone were worth it.
How do you invest your money?
Currently starting a few businesses, so just investing in myself.
Do you think investing in yourself is the best investment you could ever make?
Yeah, invest in yourself, invest in your life. You don't know how long you're going to live. You don't know what's in store, so take care of yourself first.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Cool, thanks.
What's your name, age, and what do you do?
I am Jim and 55 years old. I'm an investor.
What do you invest in?
Stocks and real estate primarily.
So what's the best investment you've ever made?
Small apartment buildings and Apple computer stock.
Can I ask how much you made on those?
Millions.
Wow. Okay. Do you have any advice for people that want to get into investing?
Ignore the day-to-day noise and be more of a long-term investor. Buying companies or real estate that is making a profit now, not a future idea.
What's the most you've ever made in one day from your investments?
A lot of times over a couple 100,000, but I'm not a trader of any kind. I know that's a thing with all the apes and the Reddits. If you were 70% sure about what to sell and 70% sure about what to buy, you've got to be right about both of those events. 7 times 7, 49. It's about 49% chance of being right about both. What if what you sold continued to go up? What if the next thing you bought started to go down? You know, there's two different events that you can make a mistake. The idea that they're going to be right enough and never wrong, not going to happen.
Why do you pay so much for a gym membership?
Just like stocks or real estate or a car, if you really use it, it's worth it. But if I'm going here 4 and 5 days a week and using it for 2 hours and they've got great amenities, and they certainly do, it's a bargain at over $300 a month.
What's your current biggest expense right now?
The house payment, probably, but I don't have any car payments or anything like that. Now everything, you know, with inflation, everything going up. I mean, my box of eggs is $17. I wonder, what was it before? I just know it's shockingly high now with inflation going up, but the economy always soldiers through.
Do you have any tips for people that want to save more money?
Don't be a massive consumer, and that might be buying that $5,000 purse. You start getting one in every color and you start getting $2,000 car payments and thing after thing after thing, you're gonna look back and go, gosh, if I was a little more conservative 20 years ago, I'd be 45 and retired.
What's your biggest failure?
I haven't made a lot of big failures, but probably not realizing earlier that failure can be an opportunity to really analyze yourself and kick your own butt like a coach would do. The earlier you learn that, the better off you're gonna be.
Do you have any advice for people that want to become entrepreneurs?
Go for it early and focus on the big marketing issues. You can be the smartest guy in the world, the greatest guy going. Guess what? If nobody knows it, it doesn't do you any good. Just like the old saying, like a restaurant. It could be the greatest thing out there, but if nobody knows it, they're not gonna get a plate full and you're gonna go out of business.
What's a daily activity that you do that everyone should do?
Work out, do a little bit of, reading to keep yourself engaged with current events and things. And I don't care how educated somebody is, what you learned 20 years ago is changing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What's your name, age, and what do you do?
Hi, my name is Kateri. I'm 34 years old and I'm a teaching artist.
What is a teaching artist?
I'm essentially working 2 careers where I try to be a superb educator and a superb artist all in one. So a lot of the times my lessons are entertaining and fun for people of all ages.
Do you have any tips for people that want to become self-employed?
For those that are wanting to be self-employed, you might find that over your career, you would have have to hold a part-time job in order to, one, build your social network, and two, even if you transition out or leave that job, you'll be able to port back into that company and invest in those relationships even after you leave.
Why do you spend so much money on Equinox?
So I've learned a long time ago, one of my first life lessons was health is wealth. If I can't think clearly, if I'm not eating well, then I can't operate at my peak performance.
How do you save your money? Do you have any tips?
I am more of a spender than a saver. And so what really helps me out, even when I was 15 years old, was I had to track my spending. Now we have apps like Mint. I create a budget for myself for entertainment, meals, and spending for my business, as well as my personal life, and then just really stick to that budget.
What's a daily habit you do that everyone should do?
I write down my 3 wins for the day, my 3 pieces of gratitude. So any 3 things, like I'm thankful for my mom, I'm thankful for my health, and then I write my 3 focus points for the following day. And so when I return back at the end of the day, I see where I'm at with my small goals in order to keep moving forward.
What's the most expensive thing that you own?
It's my body. I invest in my mental health, my physical health, my emotional health. I really enjoy fashion and I like buying earrings. I know I'm not wearing earrings right now, but I really love buying unique earrings and making custom clothing.
Did you go to college?
I did. I studied music at Cal Poly Pomona during my undergrad, and I went to the Longy School of Music at Bard College for my master's, where I studied intergenerational learning and media.
Do you think college is worth it?
College is great to build your social network and to gain social capital as well as intellectual capital, but I don't think it's necessary to go to college. My father did not go to college, and he was very successful, and I know other people in my life that have not gone to college, but it does help to find a community, regardless of where it is, where you can learn and grow from other people that are different than you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What's your name, age, and what do you do?
My name's Sunny. I'm 32 and I'm in tech sales.
Do you have any advice for someone that wants to get into tech sales?
Yeah, start as a sales development representative. Do like an internship program. There's a bunch of things like in the Bay Area, but even outside of that, things you could do online where they essentially teach you skills like project management or sales development or even cold calling, and can hook you up with a job right afterwards.
How much do you make?
I make over $250,000 a year.
Is that mostly salary / commissions, or how's that work?
It's a 50-50 split. So currently this year I've made no commission, so I'm about half of that. But most of my deals come in at the end of Q4.
Well, that's very impressive. Do you have any advice for people that want to save more money?
Yeah, you need to develop a budget. I developed my own Excel file with this big budget plan that I kind of like mocked off this guy's I found on YouTube. But there's a bunch of apps you can download for free. Things like, Dave Ramsey's budget app, and really getting out of debt as soon as possible. I watch a lot of Dave Ramsey stuff, which is super helpful.
What's the most expensive thing that you own?
Probably my dad's old '06 Mercedes, which is like worth $2,000.
Why do you spend so much on a gym membership?
I believe there's utility in me actually wanting to come and be excited to go to the gym. When I try to do things at home or even in apartment gyms, I don't feel like I'm getting the best workout. And for Equinox, it's clean, it's, there's fresh towels, it's not ever crowded. So there's a bunch of things that I think add up to your mental state and actually getting in the car and coming to the gym.
What's the best investment you've ever made?
I would just say in myself, just working on developing myself, reading books, any books you can do to just improve your personal life as well as your work life. I've read a lot of sales books, read a lot of personal development books. I think that's the best investment you can make.
What do you think about college?
I got lucky, my parents paid for school, but I studied accounting and didn't do accounting after school. So in my opinion, the degree's essentially worthless outside of the networking that you do while you're in a program like that.
What's a book that you recommend for everyone to read?
Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. And if you're in any sort of leadership position, whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you work for a company, read the follow-up to that, which is the dichotomy of leadership.
What's something you wish you'd started doing earlier?
I wish I would have started investing earlier. I think everyone would probably say that. If I could go back 10 years and invest all that money, I just know that by retirement or well before retirement, I could do anything that I want to do.
Sweet. Thank you so much, man.
Sure, man.
What's your name, age, and what do you do?
My name is Mark. I'm 31 and I'm a personal trainer here.
When did you know you wanted to become a personal trainer?
For a while now, I just benefited from it just from teaching a lot of people, all friends and family, and they would just tell me like, you should just give it a try. And then one day I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna drop everything, do it.
How long have you been a personal trainer for?
Say 2 years now.
What is your biggest tip for saving money?
Saving money, don't spend it on dumb things. Spend it on things that's worth it.
Like, what's worth it?
More education on yourself, and if you need a vacation, save up for that.
What's your biggest expense right now?
Well, I just moved down here from Vegas, so right now it's rent.
Okay. How much are you paying for rent?
$2,700 for a studio.
What is a life-changing book that you recommend?
What is that book? The Habit?
Atomic Habits?
Yeah, Atomic Habits.
Atomic
Yeah.
Habits.
Yeah. Try to build yourself some habits.
What's your best habit right now that you do every single day?
Right now, just meditating, getting yourself up in the morning and getting yourself ready for the day. I think that's very important.
What has that done for you?
Get my mind at ease. I used to be the person that would just get up and scroll through my phone every morning, and then so for me to meditate and keep my mind at ease, it'll keep me in that mindset the whole day.
Did you go to college?
I did, but I didn't finish.
Well, why'd you drop out?
Took too long. So I decided just to jump into like an online personal training thing and just apply where I can.
So what do you like to splurge on?
Food.
How much do you think you spend per month on food?
Between 1,500 to 3 at least.
Dang, that's the highest number we've gotten so far.
Well, I have a girlfriend.
That gets expensive. What's a free thing that everyone should be doing?
Exercise. Free. You could do it anywhere. It doesn't have to be in a gym. Literally just walk outside, get some sun.
And what does that do for like the mind or body?
Oh, it keeps you healthy. Getting some sun gives you that vitamin energy. Yeah, gives you good skin.
How long have you been working out for?
12 years now.
So how do you stay so consistent at the gym?
Well, one, I work at a gym, so I have no choice but to work out. Before that, just tell myself, you work this hard, keep going.
So what's your name, age, and what do you do?
I'm Newton Campbell. I'm age 51, and I'm a yoga teacher.
Do you have any advice for people that want to get into teaching yoga?
I just say follow your heart, and if it's something that calls you, then follow your heart and do it. You have to really be of service. It's not just for the money. It's really about following your heart and really be of service to people.
Do you have any advice for people that want to save more money?
Eat out less, shop less, and save your money.
What's something that you do every single day that you think every successful person should do?
Get up early and out of bed and start your day. That's the number one. Get up, even if you're tired or you feel lazy, have a routine, schedule it, get up out of the bed, try to go to bed on time, and get into a practice of getting up early. I get more done. I work out in the morning like now. In the early afternoon, I have so much energy during the day, and by the end of the day, I'm ready for bed, well rested to get up the next day.
Why do you spend so much money on a gym membership?
The quality of the gym, the quality of the service. I mean, you come to a gym like this, there's a restaurant, there's a sushi bar, there's a spa, you can get massages. It's an all-in-one stop shop. So it's worth the money because of the quality of service that you receive.
What's something that you wish you started doing earlier?
Saving. Coming from a third world country, no one teaches you to save. It's always about each day just surviving. But once you get older and you probably go to college and everything and you start working and you make it enough, the thing is to learn to save or learn to invest. Put money aside.
What do you invest your money in?
I started out in stocks and bonds, and then I had some mutual funds and I saved up, but I think my best investment has been land because it doesn't depreciate. Land really doesn't depreciate. Your house value may go down, always goes back up. So put your money where you can invest, or you know you're going to get a good return. Basically, study the behaviors, the market, or the investment you're going to get in, and just understand how the market works and the return that you're going to get on your investment. ROI.
What's the philosophy that you live your life by?
Just love. Just be of service to people. Love people. See beyond color, race, and all that stuff. Just see a human for a human being. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
Thank you so much. What's your name, age, and what do you do?
I'm Lynn Salas. I'm 28 and I run schools in Thailand, actually.
Can you tell me a little bit more about your business?
Yeah, so my family had language schools, and then we got into creating schools for different price ranges so that everyone could afford to do international school.
Why do you pay so much for a gym membership?
Well, I actually work here as well. I teach a yoga class here, but before that I was paying for it because I spend so much of my time here. I work online, so it's really flexible, and health as well.
Do you have any personal finance tips?
Don't spend more than you have. At the end of the day, you can't take any of it with you, so be a good steward of what you got.
Did you go to college?
I did.
What did you study?
Business with education administration.
Do you think it was worth it?
I do. I do think it was worth it. I think it's important to have the credentials so that people can respect you more.
What's a daily habit that you do that everyone should do?
Every day, sounds kind of cheesy, but I watch a sunset or a sunrise, and I try to name things I'm grateful for and force everyone around me to do it with me. What do you do? What?
Oh no, you can't do it.
How do you make? What do you do for a living?
YouTube.
What are your finance tips for your viewers?
Start a service-based business and find a way to make cash flow, and then use that money to invest in other businesses or whatever. So, yeah.
If you could do something and it didn't matter how much money you made from it and you had to do that thing all day, what would it be?
I would probably be a food influencer or a musician or a DJ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
What kind of music? What kind of things?
I don't know. I'm all over the place, but maybe like acoustic piano with singing or EDM. So very different.
No, I like a person with range. I'm the interviewer now.
So there you have you guys, asking Equinox members what they do for a living. I hope you guys got some value out of this video. I know that I personally learned a ton talking to people. If you guys enjoyed the video and want to see more content just like this, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe. I make a ton of content about personal finance, investing, and entrepreneurship. And yeah, my whole goal is to help you guys become financially successful and pursue your passions. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.